Good morning. Good morning to all the children of grade 6. This is Srinivas, and today you are going to have chemistry chapter number 4, sorting materials into groups. There is a vast variety of objects everywhere. All objects around us are made up of one or more materials. A thing can be made of different materials. Many things can be made from the same material also. So, why do we need to group materials? We often group materials for our convenience. It helps to describe their properties. What are the main four properties of materials? Their appearance, hardness, solubility, whether they float or sink in water, the transparency. What do you understand by classification? The process of sorting and grouping things according to some basis is called classification. Basis of grouping. We can group materials on the basis of similarities and differences in their properties. Each material has its own properties that may differ from others. However, some properties may be common to one or more materials. The uses of materials depend on the properties and the purpose for which it has been used. Metals have luster, meaning shining, while non-metals generally have no luster. Smooth and rough surfaces. Some materials feel smooth when touched. Example, mirror and things made of metals, whereas some other materials feel rough when touched. For example, a piece of stone. Hardness and softness. Materials which can be pressed easily are called soft, while some other materials which cannot be pressed are called hard. For example, cotton is soft while wood is hard. If you look into activity 1, it asks us to look around for nearby objects and sort them by the materials. Object materials they are made of. Pen made of plastic, pencil is made of wood, book is made of paper, notebook also made of paper, newspaper is made of paper, geometry box is made up of steel or plastic, bag made by nylon, tiffin box either plastic or steel, water bottle made of plastic, cloth made of cotton, muffler made of wool, chair made of wood, table made of wood, purse made of leather, handbag made of leather. What do you understand by solubility? Soluble substances. Substances that get dissolved in water are called soluble substances. Example, you can mix salt or sugar in water that gets completely soluble in water. What do you understand by insoluble substances? Substances which do not dissolve in water are called insoluble substances. For example, you take a few pebbles or stones, try to dissolve in water. They don't dissolve in water. Then what is meant by miscible? Miscible liquids. Those liquids which mix well with water are said to be miscible. Immiscible substances are substances which do not mix well with water are called immiscible. Solubility of gases. Solubility of gases in water is very less. Oxygen gas which is dissolved in water is very important for the survival of aquatic plants and animals. Let us go through activity 2 in your textbook. It asks us to classify the objects found in activity 1 based on its material. So, objects made of these materials: wood, pencil, table, chair are made of wood. Book, notebook, newspaper are made of paper. Purse, handbag, leather. Pen, tiffin box, water bottle are made of plastic. Cloth is made of cotton. Muffler is made of wool. And geometry box is made of steel or even plastic. Some liquid mix well with water while some others do not. So substances which mix well with water are called miscible substances. Substances which do not mix with water are called immiscible substances. What do you understand by buoyancy? Some materials float in water while others sink. Materials like sand, sugar, and salt sink in water. Materials like wax, oil, wood float on water. Some objects float on water while others sink in it. What do you understand by transparency? Let us go through some of the terms related to the substances. Opaque substances. Opaque materials through which we are not able to see are called opaque. For example, wood, iron, and gold. In other words, we can say if the light do not pass through an object and makes a shadow of it, such substances or materials are called opaque objects. What do you understand by translucent? Materials which allow the light to pass through them partially are called translucent substances. For example, butter paper, old glass door, or oil paper. These materials allow only light to pass through it partially. Let us come back to the screen. What do you understand by transparent materials? These are the materials which allow the light to pass through them completely. Such substances or materials are called transparent substances. Example, glass, water, air, test tube. Things are grouped together for convenience and to study their properties. Materials which cannot be pressed easily are called hard substances. Example, stone. In activity 3 in your book, ask us to cut or rub various material and see if it shines or not. Paper, cardboard, wood, chalk piece, tiffin box does not shine. Aluminum sheet, copper wire, glass tumbler shines. Metals and glass have lustrous property. They shine most of the time. They react with atmosphere air to form oxides. We call them rusting. Such metals like aluminum and non-iron shine on rubbing. Insoluble substances. Materials which do not dissolve in water are called insoluble and they are called immiscible also. Luster, as we have discussed earlier, some materials have a special shine on them which is called luster. The matter of which an object is made is called material. For example, glass, steel, wood, etc. Materials which have certain properties like luster, malleability meaning the ability of a substance to be changed into thin sheets is called malleability. Ductivity or ductivity mean the ability of material to be changed into thin wires. And sonority meaning when they are beaten they give sound. And some are good conductors of heat and electricity are called metals. So metals properties are they are lustrous, malleable, ductivity, and are sonorous, and they are also good conductors of heat and electricity. And opaque, rough, and soluble we have already discussed. Transparent and translucent also. Grouping, grouping of on the basic of common properties. How do we group on the basic properties or common properties? Objects are made of different materials. One material can be used to make a different objects. This is possible because different types of materials have different properties. We have to choose materials with the right properties based on what we want to use it for. For example, a chalk made of wood or plastic would be of no use because it cannot be used to write on the blackboard or on our green boards. Materials have different properties like roughness, luster, transparency, solubility, flotation, attraction towards a magnet, conduction of heat, and conduction of electricity. Let us study these properties one by one. First, roughness. Materials can be rough or smooth. Rough materials have bumps or ridges on their surface, which can be felt by touching them. Smooth materials lack of these bumps. Examples of rough materials are rocks, sandpaper, and bark of a tree. A glass sheet, flower petals, and surface of an apple are some examples of smooth surfaces. Here, if you can see, bark of the tree is rough to touch, flower petals are smooth to touch. Luster, meaning shine. Luster is the shine of a material. All metals in pure state are shiny and said to be possessing luster. This process or property of metals is widely used for making jewelry and other decorative articles. Materials like gold, silver, and bronze have luster. You can see example gold frame, a bronze statue, silver cutlery. Transparency. Different materials allow different amounts of light to pass through them depending on a property called transparency. Based on transparency, materials can be of three types: transparent, translucent, and opaque, which we have already discussed. You can see the glass jar, we can see all the coins inside the glass jar very clearly. So we can say this tumbler to be transparent jar. All substances are made up of matter. Matter exists in three states, as you all know and studied in your previous class: solid, liquid, and gases. Solid have definite shape and volume and cannot be compressed. Particles made or particles of solid are very closely packed. Liquids define volume but no definite shape. They take the shape of container they are poured into, can be compressed to be small extent. Particles are not as closely packed as in solids. Gases do not have definite shape and volume. They are highly compressible, and particles in the gases are very loosely packed. Flotation. Certain materials float on water whereas others sink. This property of a material to float on water is called flotation. Generally, materials like wood, leaf, and feather float on water whereas rock and metals sink. Activity 4 in your textbook asks us to check various objects whether they are soluble in water or not. Salt, sugar, glucose, ORS, cold drink, fruit juice are soluble in water. White paper, while paper, book, chalk, dust, sawdust, pen, pencil are not soluble in water. Attraction towards a magnet. Materials that are attracted to a magnet are called magnetic materials. This property is called magnetism. Objects made of iron are attracted to a magnet. In addition to iron, nickel and cobalt are also attracted to a magnet. Conduction of heat. If you observe the utensils in your kitchen, you will notice that though most of them are made of metals, their handles are made up of wood or hard plastic. Handles of most kitchen utensils are made of wood or plastic. Why aren't the handles made of metal or as well? This is because metals get heated whereas materials like plastic and wood do not. It would be difficult to hold the handles made of metal while cooking. Materials that allow heat to flow through them are called conductors of heat, whereas those do not allow the heat to flow through them are called insulators of heat, or they are called non-conductors. Generally, metals are conductors of heat, whereas non-metals like wood, plastic, glass, bamboo, air, and paper are insulators of heat. Conductors of electricity. We get electricity in our homes through cables and wires. An electric cable consists of a number of metal wires with or without a plastic covering. The metal wires conduct a trans and or transmit electricity, whereas the plastic covering do not. Materials that conduct electricity are called conductors. Materials that do not conduct electricity are called insulators. For example, metals are good conductors of electricity. Wood, air, and plastic are called insulators. Here you can see some electric cables. Activity 5 asks us to check solubility of some common liquids in water. Vinegar and lemon juice mix well with water, while coconut oil and mustard oil or kerosene float on water, they do not mix. Activity 6 explains or asks us to check the transparency of paper using light. It also asks us to see the transparency of paper after adding a few oil droplets on it. Some amount of light passes through the paper, but we cannot see the object behind the paper. After adding a few oil drops, paper becomes more transparent and we can see some object present behind it. What, what is the reason behind this? Adding a few drops of oil makes a paper more transparent. Such objects through which we can see across are called translucent objects. I hope you have understood this lesson of sorting of materials. Thank you.